All right, welcome back. Retiring can be scary, even more so when inflation is still impacting our day-to-day expenses. So our financial advisor, Steve Buden, joining us live. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so we're talking about how Americans can make their easement into retirement just a little bit more peaceful.
Yeah, with all the craziness in the world right now, sometimes we tend to forget about the basics. So 3 basic tips. Number 1, what you should do is track your spending for 30 days. See where your money's going. It's pretty sobering when you see where your money goes, and then you could probably stretch it a little bit and put away a little bit. Even $1 a day can get you started in saving with the technology nowadays. You could open accounts for such a small amount. It's really, there's no excuse not to do it. Another thing, we as humans are creatures of habit. When you brush your teeth, you put on your clothes, you tend to do it the same way unconsciously. So if you can change your habit and start saving a little bit, you'd be surprised how you can really increase that and get that moving forward. And thirdly, I think it's important, maybe sit with a professional. The best athletes in the world have coaches, and they have coaches for a reason, because they miss their blind spots. And somebody objectively looking in can say, you're not being accountable, you're missing this, you're missing that, stick with the plan. So 3 simple things to do to get started.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm sure that you have, helped many people as they're taking a look at their own retirement budgets. What are some typical shortfalls that you see that people may be missing, that they could be cutting out, that they're not cutting out, and having trouble budgeting that?
Yeah, the big surprise for people is when they track their spending, they are shocked when they see what they're actually doing. You tend to be at a coffee bar or wherever you are, and you put in your credit card. You don't think about it. Again, we're creatures of habit. When you go back and look and you're going to say, I spent $7 on this particular cup of coffee, we all do it. But it's important, the old adage too, pay yourself first. If you spend a little bit on yourself at the beginning of the month to save, then you could have that $7 cup of coffee, and it tastes a lot better.
That is for sure. When you know this is well within my budget, I planned for this, and this is a treat for me.
Treats are good.
What is your advice on seeking that help? It can be difficult to do for some.
Yeah, finding a financial professional can be overwhelming. Ask around. Maybe you have friends who have a financial advisor. Maybe you have associates at work who have a financial advisor. Interview a couple. A lot of them have different philosophies. Find the person that you tend to have some chemistry with, and go with them.
And people are not alone in this, and that's kind of the whole thing here, is that there's a lot of people struggling with inflation, struggling with retirement. So there are ways to get out of it.
There are, and if there's one common theme with all of my clients, for example, no matter where you are politically, wherever everybody agrees on one thing: they wish they started sooner. So there's really no excuse. Just get started, and you'd be surprised what happens if you just get started.
All right, taking a look at those budgets, and you have tools as well that people can find on your website, and we'll post links to that as well on our website. So thanks so much for joining us live for us, Steve Buden.